Major John Skokes, a leader for the Earth military, finds himself a prisoner of an alien race amidst a war where Earth is significantly outmatched. He's thrown into a filthy underground cell with Cadet Bree Tristan, a young woman.
Get your paws off me, you cretin! Who are you?
Bree Tristan.
Rank and unit.
Sir. Cadet, 2nd class. Europa base.
Europa? You're telling me you're a fighter pilot. You flew an Exeter fighter.
No, only a trainer. I got captured before I ever saw the inside of an Exeter.
How long have you been here?
It's hard to tell, but if my cycle is still every 28 days, just over 3 months. The 2nd Europa Ray. I was with my commander in a 2-man trainer. We were practicing a refueling scoop in the Jovian atmosphere. We were hit pulling 5 Gs while climbing out. The ejection systems fired. We woke up here.
Alone?
I was with the commander.
What was his name?
Hartley.
Where is he now?
Dead. He died a few weeks ago. Or longer. I don't really know how long.
What's that? On your arm. Show it to me. Show it to me.
A skin graft. Their skin.
Why?
I think they're trying to change me. Into one of them.
In the dimly lit, grim confines of their alien cell, Major John Skokes and Cadet Bree Tristan face the harrowing reality of their captivity. The air is thick, heavy with despair, the only light seeping through the small, barred window high above. The dank cell, a constant reminder of their dire situation, becomes the setting for a bond forged in the face of adversity. John watches grimacing as he while Tristan catch one of the centipede-like creatures.
How can you eat that?
It took me days before I realized it was the only food we're going to get here. You adapt, or you starve.
Their daily ordeal is punctuated by the arrival of the alien jailers. The cell door grinds open, and 2 figures loom, their presence menacing. They grab Tristan, dragging her away as she fights back, her screams echoing off the stone walls. John, though powerless, lunges forward in a futile attempt to protect her, only to be effortlessly thrown aside. The door slams shut, leaving behind a palpable silence that weighs heavily on John. Hours later, Tristan is thrown back into the cell, her spirit seemingly broken, her body bearing the marks of unspeakable horrors. She curls up in a corner, shivering as John approaches cautiously. His voice softened, concern etched on his face.
What did they do to you?
Tristan, with tears streaking down her face, she reveals her arm, where alien skin has been grafted onto hers.
They're trying to change me. Into one of them.
John recoils at first, horror and disgust warring with the burgeoning need to protect and comfort. He kneels beside her, his demeanour changing as he faces the tangible evidence of their captor's intentions.
We won't let them. We'll find a way out.
In the days that follow, the cycle of torment continues, with Tristan being taken away for experiments and returned, each time more altered. Yet in the quiet moments between, a connection grows between the 2 humans.
They left more. Left more of the creatures.
Those damn parasites are all they give us to eat. You can't keep...
Before he finishes, Tristan lunges. There's the sound of scurrying, a muffled screech, then wet tearing. John turns away, bile rising. Tristan swallows, voice strained.
It gets easier. Every time. A little easier. Just don't think about what those things were. Or you'll lose it. You need to keep your strength up.
John, finally accepting the reality of their situation, takes the creature from Tristan's hand.
I never thought...
His voice trails off, the act of accepting the creature symbolizing his acceptance of their bond, of their shared plight. He looks at Tristan with a mix of concern and curiosity.
How have you managed to keep hope alive in a place like this?
Tristan responds with a wistful look, her voice soft but steady.
It's the memories of Earth. Before the war changed everything. I remember the sun on a blue sky, the taste of meat, the joy of swimming. Now, those are just memories. Earth has changed so much in the last 4 years.
The cell, bathed in the harsh light from the small window, casts long shadows over their faces. The air is heavy, filled with the scent of damp and decay.
Changed how?
War has consumed everything. There are no more blue skies, just grey. Acid fog from the munitions factories blankets everything. It's a police state now. Rationing, work, fear, and hate dominate. The Earth I knew, the Earth you're fighting for, it's not the same.
He shifts uncomfortably, the cold floor offering no respite. He looks away, his thoughts racing, grappling with Tristan's description of a home he no longer recognises. A sliver of hope flickers in her eyes as she continues.
But even now, there's something that keeps me going. Despite everything, I believe we can win. I have to believe that when the final battle comes, we'll remember who we are. That we're still human.
Their gazes meet, a silent understanding passing between them. In this moment, their shared despair and hope forge a deeper connection, a mutual recognition of their humanity amidst the inhumanity of their captors.
We are still human. And as long as we remember that, there's hope. We have to find a way out, Bree. I won't let them take you again.
I don't know how much longer I can withstand their experiments, John.
Bree, there's something you need to know. Before I was captured, Earth, we had a plan. A final strike. It's scheduled soon. It could change everything for us.
John, that's big news. You're sure?
Yes. It's our last hope. Not many know. It's been kept secret, for a good reason.
A pause stretches between them, a moment where unspoken emotions swirl in the stillness. They both grasp the significance of their circumstances, the unexpected intimacy, and the burden of John's secret. A flicker of shared vulnerability passes between them, prompting John to bare his soul to Tristan, an act of unexpected trust. As the alien jailers return, their ominous presence a stark reminder of the control they wield. John, desperation peaks.
Take me. Leave her alone. I will do anything.
It's then Tristan turns to him, her expression a mixture of sorrow and pity.
John, listen to me. Please.
Her voice is soft, a haunting mixture of sorrow and resignation, as if each word is a burden she's long carried.
You don't understand. They haven't been transforming me into one of them.
John, his face a mask of confusion and dawning horror, struggles to process her words. His response is hesitant, his voice caught in the grip of a fear he's yet to fully comprehend.
What do you mean? I don't...
His words trail off, a man grasping at the last straws of denial, not ready to confront the abyss that opens before him. Tristan's next words are a whisper, a confession that slices through the heavy air with the sharpness of a blade.
They're not changing me into something new. They're changing me back.
John's reaction is visceral, a raw explosion of disbelief and anguish that echoes off the cold stone walls.
No. No. No!
His voice crescendos from disbelief to a guttural roar of despair, a man confronted with the ultimate betrayal.
The finality of her words settles over John like a shroud. The depth of his mistake, the cost of his misplaced trust, becomes painfully clear. In a war where lines between friend and foe blur, John's desire to connect, to find solace in shared humanity, leads to a betrayal, not just of military secrets, but of the hope and resilience that had sustained him. in the darkest of hours, in the greatest of battles, we must never forget who or what we are.